Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Tennis Manager 25. And we are coming off the back of a Grand Slam victory. Our first in the academy. Moise Kouame taking this Australian Open. Just finalist last year. Big winner this year. Massive step forward. Loves playing on this surface. And yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing to me. I mean, really kind of thinking about this as well. And I'm just trying to figure out where this money's best going. I really think, given that this is going to take 4 months, it could be wise to do Wimbledon. Grass courts, it could be wise to do this. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the indoor courts and get that up right now. I think that's what I want to do. And it leaves a little bit of money. Over the next couple of months, we might be able to run Wimbledon. Well, that might not be in time for this year's Wimbledon, to be fair. But it might be. It's possibly kind of going to be tight. Yeah, we can't rest on our laurels. We've got to keep going. Kitchenot gets knocked out. Jack does okay. Margot is kind of going to be the main focus here. Oh yeah, we need a ton of money in the bank at the end. I don't know why, because we still said youth development. We didn't say business. Don't know why give us a goal that was like really a business one. Yeah. So we'll kind of see how it all goes. We'll kind of see how it all goes. A little girl 60. Kitchenot gets knocked out early, but like I say, Margot, she makes the final. She makes the Aussie Open final for the juniors. Number 2 seed against Nina Sumac. She's beaten her countryman 6-7, 3-6. She beat 15 seed Elizabeth Scholl 6-7, 7-6, 6-4. She beat She beat Ramirez of Spain 3-6, 6-3, 6-3. Arsic of Serbia. It is Serbia. Sometimes get a little confused over Serbia and there's another one's quite the Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia. For some reason I get the flags of those confused, even though they're not exactly easy to confuse. But like it's yeah. There's enough difference that you can kind of easily tell, but it's similar enough. But yeah, 6-2, 6-3, and beat Yasaki of Japan 6-2, 6-2. So started off really easy, get into the 16, a little bit of a test there. Then more of a battle again in the quarters. Gets a little easier for the semi. Not much, but a little easier for the semis. Puts us in the final. Balance match, better form can make the difference. Moise takes the Australian Open. Big Grand Slam. Can Margot take the Aussie Open in the juniors category? Of course, she gets close, but a little far away at the end of the day. 6-4, 7-5, kind of even both those sets. Losing 6-1 in the third, however, just wasn't amazing. Looks like backhand was huge difference. That was a huge, huge difference. So it's not a bad result. It's just, again, not quite what we wanted. And yeah, we can see what we're working on. We can definitely see what we're working on. A little Pro 50 for Jack, number 1 seed against number 2, Moise Kouame. And yeah, tight first, 7-5. Easy second, 6-1. Just doing what needs to be done there for Jack. So not too bad at all. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. So yeah, natural fitness up 2 points for David Kong. Little improvements, but no points there for other people. Jack's inside the top 200. Kind of gotta like that, right? It's gotta like that. Yeah, it's the qualifiers, isn't it? This is the qualifiers for the Doha Open, which you shouldn't be in. You're in absolutely terrible shape. You've got a little discomfort. You just shouldn't be in this, but like auto bookings put you in it, so I've kind of just got to let you go now. Like they do seem to book quite harshly. There's a ton of care going into there, which is going to kill her morale, but like I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. To be fair, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but Margot's the number 1 girl in the world. Nadia is 278. David Kong, 354. Then in the pro game, Jack is 188. Hannah is 29th. And Moise is still number 1. He is 14th on the men's tour. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to get Hannah. 6-love, 6-2 over Olivia Gadecki. Nice little win there. I always forget what this looks like. Yeah. Everything is solid. Your little strange there. Conference room upgrade. Good. I'm just trying to think now. What do I need to do with some of these? Not a lot, right? We are out of the Grand Slam, so we put Moise back down. Just there. Even though we had all 3 set, like he didn't. His first match didn't show up, so okay. Hannah, chance to get revenge over Sarah Bejlek. Going to be fairly even. It's going to be kind of interesting. Lose the first one 4-6. Take the second 7-6, and then 6-2. With a nice win in the third, to be fair. Again, a decent first service. Points won. Saving a decent amount of break points. Net points played, net points won. I mean, to be fair, both of them were great at the net. Much better serve power from Hannah. Moise does get knocked out at 16. And Paulfleet's now got tendonitis. He's out in the quarterfinals of the 75. That is a shame. We knew he had a little niggle, but to be fair, his physical conditioning was coming right up. So I didn't want to pull him out. But we have committed to just letting the computer book for now. I'm not entirely sure it's the right idea, but it's something I want to see now, is how well they auto book and how much I need to book, because if I do forget, it tends to go really badly for me. Whereas they're never going to forget. They're just not going to book optimally or how I would. But I don't think I can be like super mad about that or worry about that. So can I just trust them just to play? That's kind of what I'm looking at here. So Marta, we've never played before. Balanced, Hannah's in better form. High serve, control the tactical battle. She didn't. Marta wins. We are going to get bounced out of a 500 in the quarterfinals. But that's exactly what we needed for this right here. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about that. I think that's kind of a solid performance all in all. I can't lie. And Margot does get knocked out in the qualifiers. I thought she was. It's a weird booking to put her in. But to be fair with how she is, it's worth a shot because I think she's a lot better than other people her age. And, that's how you're going to get her ranking. And you need to get in somewhere. But that's way higher than I would have done. That is way higher than I would have done. But sure, that's fine. Not bad trainings. And then the two young ones are going to get just points everywhere. So we just let them train. We'll kind of see how they go. And it's our middle pair that are struggling a little bit. The young pair, okay. And our top two doing well. And our top two are the most satisfied. Then the next two. Then the young two. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of all adding up in the right way. Okay. We've lost to Olga before. Balanced. 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. Pretty balanced. I'll give it that. Not an amazing service game. Not bad. I think that really was a big test on Moise's back after a great Aussie Open. He's kind of taking a little time off and just terrible form. So yeah, okay. Hannah against Corneva, number 6 in the world. Big test for us. It does say it'll be an easy one and we're in better form. Focus on the forehand. Hannah does have that in her locker. And 7-5, 7-5. Really tight game. But again, lean on that serve a little bit. Good net point win. Solid serve power. Kitchenok a little tired. I get it. That's fine. Emma Navarro, number 9 in the world. Does feel like Moise last year. This feels so much like Moise last year. Balanced match. Hannah's in better form. High serve intensity. Loses 6-7, 6-7. So really tight. Again, I can't be mad at it at all. We beat world number 6 in a very tight game, but we beat the world number 6. And then we lose to the world number 9 in a very tight game. Really tight match. So both of these kind of show me where our level is. We were a little bit better than Danilovic. We just about got up on Corneva, and we couldn't quite get past Navarro. But it does speak to me that Hannah is top 15 to top 10 range in the world at the moment, and the way she's playing. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Jack in recovery phase. I say Hannah done really, really well. We move to a final for Kitchenok, who wants a break so badly. Never played Caroline before. 3 love. And then had to pull out due to injury. So she would have won. We knew she was carrying a little niggle. That is fine. Several players are injured. Recommend you invest. More advanced, the faster they will heal. I get it, but I'm not booking tournaments and I'm not changing their training and micromanaging it because I can't. And so I think when we're adding more and more people in, that's kind of making it a little difficult. But Margot does join the women's tour on the back of that qualifier attempt and sits now at 11.29 in the world. So yeah, I think we can feel good about this. And we can feel good about that. We can kind of hit a lot of these objectives, which I think's going to be pretty good for us. I think that's going to be pretty good. A little 250. Mandatory 1,000. And Arnaud gets her spot there. Yeah, 28th in the world, 14th in the world, 185th in the world, 1,129th in the world. All these are respectable. This is kind of where I feel comfortable where everyone is. And then top 200 and 375 in the juniors, I feel comfortable there. And if Jack isn't going to be playing juniors this year, which it looks like we are just fully avoiding that, no mandatories or anything, I'm going to be absolutely delighted with that. So Margot's going to bridge. And then next season, Nadia, possibly David, going to bridge as well. Jack gets knocked out. Nadia gets knocked out because of their injuries. So they're going to have to withdraw. Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, okay? Now the big 1,000-point event. Up against a wild card in 128. We've beaten her once before. Easy match. Keep your cool. Target the backhand. 6-2, 3-6, 6-1. Hannah likes to drop a set. She really does. So I'm not overly worried about that because it's the pattern of her gameplay. Now that was a that was a 64, not a 128. Into the 32, and we'll face off against Elena Rybakina. Not exactly what I wanted to see. Not exactly what I wanted to see. Number 5 in the world then. She got the semi-final of Doha. We got knocked out in the round of 16. But of course, she did have an easier draw than us until she faced a really top player too when she got knocked out. So we will be the outsider. High return and make a run. Let's see, can we get the job done? We can. 6-3, 5-7, 6-1. And Hannah beats a very high-ranked player again. Rebekina. Like, that's fantastic. We've been beating some high-level people with Hannah and with Moise. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Round of 16 then. That's already worth 120 points. Chance now against Emma Raducanu. Very good British player. But we have been beating people above this level. We may be the outsider, make a run. It's not Emma's favorite surface. Hannah can do it, but will she do it? Loses the first 6-7, a really tough opening set, but then 6-1, 6-3. Not the best of performances, but gets the job done and moves then into the quarterfinal against Sabalenka. Really tough. Andreeva, Sabalenka, Efremova. I don't really know these two that well, but they're pretty high ranked. Laura Samson, and of course, world number one, Swiatek. Yeah, I like all of these players a lot. I think it's kind of nuts that we're even in this, but like, I think we should win. I think we got a real shot here against a big, big opponent, but I do think there's a decent chance that we can do something here. First surface 3, Hannah's in better form, balanced, return intensity should be high, try to make an opponent run. We don't really do well when we're trying to make an opponent run because we can't make the opponent run that much. So, no surprise, 6-1, 3-6, dominant service game from Sabalenka. And, yeah, we come up short. But that's a quarterfinal. 215 points. It's really not bad. We don't really know Efremova very well, but I know she's like absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have to back Sabalenka to get through there. And then, of course, Swiatek to get through. So, not a bad tournament. Again, it's not quite the result that we want, but it's not too bad. And Jack basically a week to 2 weeks out in total. And Kitchenok coming back as well. She's had a few days off, maybe a week off. She's got a week on recovery now. Yeah, I don't think that was too bad. We're almost at the point where we could work on the grass surface. So I think I got to pull the trigger as soon as we're kind of high enough for that. I think we pull the trigger. A couple of nice little upgrades there. Agility for Jack. Maxine gets serve consistency and focus, which is big. I don't mind any of that. I do not mind any of that. So, yeah, we need 800 grand. We need 800 grand. So, good update at the end of the month. Could see us get started on that. I'd feel pretty good about it. I would 100% feel pretty good about that. Absolutely fine. Little upgrades. Muscle care room's going to take time. I did a couple of cheap ones because I thought that would be fun. Kitchenok's back. I don't think we lose that much. I think her and Jack both missed the tournament, and that's it. So I feel okay about that. 1,000, 1,000 the Miami Opens. Then she's still doing juniors, so I kind of understand why, but I'd like a bit of the women's tour mixed in if we can. But Margot then 300, Jack in a Pro 100, Kitchenok in a 60, Kong in a 60. Sure. Not too bad. And yeah, Kitchenok is all the way where she wants to be. Everyone else looks okay. Again, we're working on game plans. We're working on getting stats in. They are still in discomfort, but they're coming back from injury. They look pretty good. Form, Moise and Margot, not the best. Our French contingent, not really in the best of moods or best of forms. Everybody else, pretty solid, though, I've got to say. Pretty solid. So, Sports Center, grass course, grass courts in 4 months. We'll kind of see what they come back as. But yeah, we can hit the hard court and the clay courts as well. We got this one. I guess by the end of this season, we can also just full send these two. That should be fine, especially if Moise or Hannah does anything impressive in the next Grand Slam. That would be okay. That would be absolutely okay. I gotta say, so far I'm not fully impressed by the auto book. Booking a little too close together and not quite the right things. Not quite the right things. So Kong, Kitchener doesn't really get too much of an upgrade. Jack's working on his return. Margot on her agility. Moise on his underspin, which is kind of his weak point. Hannah on her underspin, which is one of her weak points too. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And we do go again, so a little 250 for Moise. That'll be good if he can win that. And add in another 300. Kitchener in a 60. Absolutely fine. Yeah, Hannah's morale taking a little bit of a dip. But I think overall not too bad. And considering the success we've had and kind of how good we're doing in the rankings in general, pretty happy. If we can get Margot on the women's tour to win something or get far in like a rookie 10, she might get inside the top 1,000, which would be really nice. And we're just waiting for David to kind of kick on. And like, as soon as he gets going, I've got confidence that he'll turn out to be something interesting. Margot at 60. Yeah. Your morale's already tanking, so I'm just going to say yes to that and take the -4. Not my favorite thing, but there we go. And Hannah against Mika, beaten her once, beaten her twice, 6-2, 6-2. Kouame gets knocked out. I don't love him getting booked in the thousands, but there's no way around it. They're all mandatory. Daria, we've never played. It's a weird middle set. 5-7, lost that in the extended set, but 6-1, 6-2 either side kind of shows our quality. And we do get to a quarterfinal now of the 250, which is one of our goals. So we kind of done that again. Sadly, it only counts once. But that is also, what, another 54 points. So if we win, if we win this and get to the semi-final, it'd be like winning 100. If we manage to get to the final, it would be better than winning the 125s we were last year. So definitely feel like it's worth it with the number 5 seed. Up against Katie, we've beaten her once before. Lose 2-6, but then win 6-2, 6-2. Kind of par for the course for us. Kitchener is absolutely fine, which means everybody now is at least fit. That's something I can get behind. I think that's good. I think just a couple more cares and rests will be okay moving into the next round at least. I wouldn't mind maybe top in Hannah up here. And that gives us an interesting match. Hannah, 5th seed against Evanescence. the 6 seed. Paolini, the 3 seed, is up against 81 in the world, Lulu Sun. Yeah, we kind of got a shot here. I think we might have a shot. We've never played Alina before. 6-4, 6-7, 6-4. Fairly in control. Over 80% in the first serve points won there. We're definitely at this level. We're playing at this level. And we're not having our own way, but we're winning by small margins or losing by small margins. So we are being booked at the correct level, it feels. Ongoing injury. I mean, I gave her more rest so she wouldn't be injured. No, she's got a little injury in here, but we've beaten Lulu Sun twice before. It's a chance to win the ATX Open. We should win. Lose 2-6, then we win 6-3, 7-6. That's fairly big. That's fairly big. Got a little Achilles inflammation. I like that. I like that. Yes, so we've been focused on serve try, and that's kind of something that's starting to come through. All the work over the past few years coming together, starting to win some bigger tournaments, doing well in Grand Slams, starting to make a name for ourselves on the circuits. And I feel that, without a serve, you kind of got nothing. If you've only got a serve, then you ain't got a lot. But without it, gonna find it very difficult to win at these levels. So very glad to see our work pay off. So yeah, result only solidifies her legitimacy within the academy. Yeah, she's very inspiring. Best form of her life. Yeah, her career hasn't peaked yet. She's in brilliant form. Yeah, Lulu Sun, congratulations for making the final. Great performance. But, didn't quite have enough. So not a lot of movement here, which is fine. It's kind of what I expect until we win tournaments, and that is going to take some time. Well, 125 for Hannah would be good. Yeah, she's not getting pulled into the thousands as a mandatory, unlike Kouame. So is that a difference then between the men's and the women's game? That the women's don't have mandatories, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. 25th seed, we get a bye. And then we win 5-7, 6-3, 7-6. Tight, but a good win. Jack is knocked out. Kong, I think's doing okay, which is nice. Round of 32, Beatrice. And we will finally lose, which we need the rest, so it's not too bad. 6-3, 6-4. We'll take an interview. Yeah, I never lose. I either win or I learn. That's fine. Haddad Mayer was the better player today. We'll share the blame. And I know she could play this well, so probably she kept it up throughout the match. We're not going to mention the injury. Doesn't need to be said. Yeah, she's not in a terrible shape, so she should be good. And David gets to a quarterfinal. So the more of those we get, the more we're going to move towards our goal. I think it's top 150 in the boys' game. It's not a million miles away. We just need a few performances. And yeah, that quarterfinal sends up 60 points. So another 3 of those with the same kind of jumps, we'd be where we want to be. I don't mind it. 15th in the world for Moise will stumble back from the 13. Hannah is sitting at her best of 21. Considering Moise was 20 to start the year. She's very quickly caught up with him on the back of him winning in Australia. Can't be mad. Stamina and focus for Moise. Margot's counter and topspin. Focus for Kitchenoff. Nothing huge, although Kong is going into 100-point tournaments now. Going to be more difficult, but again, if he wins, he gets those points, and he does move forward then in terms of his ranking quite quickly. So again, you kind of take that. Gonna lose to Potpova. Didn't see that coming. I gotta be honest, I did not see that coming. Not a bad player, but someone who I'd expect to beat. Yeah. I can't win them all. I mean, yeah. People should have done better, but we had a little knock in the last one. Okay, yeah. If anybody needs a win for their rankings, it kind of is Kong, so well, it kind of means the least. At least him getting to the final can really start working on his junior rating. Yeah, it's not bad. Number 5 seed Thomas Covato. So the number 1 seed was 218. Okay, never played each other. Oh, 7-6. But then 3-6, we lose the second. Yeah. Kind of looks a lot more 50-50. Really? It's like medium rallies really killed us. So again, not bad. You know, it's decent. Kong gets underspin. Kitchenock's now at the point where everything's moving into double figures, so the development really slows down. Jack gets closer. Everyone kind of in an okay place. So academy objectives, yeah, we're low on money, but we're spending pretty heavily. I think 3 to 4 million now already this season. So yeah, I feel pretty good about where the money's going. I think that's good. Again, a big investment in the sports center. We're not making too bad amount of money, but we could do with hitting the highs rather than the lows sometimes of our range. But yeah, an odd, solid junior season here on the hard. 6 tournaments, 17 wins. not bad, a decent amount of points. Kitchenok, 216, decent, a few points, 7 tournaments. Basically, winning 2 for everyone that she lost. Can't really argue with that. She's just getting started. It's a decent start. And Kong, I mean, again, pretty similar. A few points, up to 323, a long way where we want to be at the end of the season, but still a little bit of progress there. Women's Tour. Margot gets her first 2 points ever for losing a qualifier. But yeah, she is ranked, and that does mean she can play women's tennis now. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's fully ready for it. I think she is. She kind of looks like she is. She is in a bit of a morale spiral. We've seen that from Kouame last year and a little bit this year. But Jack moves inside the top 200. 95 points is a decent, respectable amount. 7 tournaments, 12 wins. That's almost to a tournament. Pretty decent. And again, 2 wins for every loss. Kind of where we want to be. If we're above 65% win rate, I'm pretty happy. So I can't really say too much negative about the booking so far. Then we move up to Hannah. Like I say, just outside the top 20 now, 21st in the world, decent jump, good amount of points, couple of good tournaments for her, starting to come along quite nicely. And again, we're in that same kind of place where 2 wins a tournament, lose the 3rd game. That's kind of been the story for everybody to a certain degree on average. And that gets our win rate just above that 65. And again, no real difference from Moise. A couple less less wins. If we'd entered 1 less tournament, it would be perfect. As 4 tournaments, 2 wins in each would give us the 8 wins we have, and the 4 losses making up to the 12 matches played. So that would have all fit perfectly. But we've played 5. But can't complain. One was the Aussie Open. He got 105 points not in that tournament, and he got 2,000 for winning the Australian Open. So I can't say anything negative. He's already back in a morale spiral. He's already looking really bad, but he's top 15 in the world. He went as high as 13. He's knocking on the door of the top 10. He's a beast. He just really, really loves the Aussie Open. That's all there is to it. It's by far his favorite tournament. We've seen that over the last couple of years. So, a couple of falls in and around here, but not too bad. Bunch of tournaments. Margot, Nadia both make it through. Moise makes it through. Margot makes it through. The other 2 drop out. And Margot goes all the way to the semi-final, where she wins. So, chance for a few points here. Yeah, round of 16 and a 250. He's getting put out of the mandatory thousands quite easily. So when he is getting the chance to go to 500 and 250s and he's not in the mandatory spots, you kind of expect him to do a little more than a round of 16. It's a little concerning. Margot number 1 seed against 65th. Should be a win. 6-1, 6-3. Nice and easy for Margot there, which is good because she was also in a bit of a morale spiral. I feel like that's now got to have been addressed. Yeah, still weak form. Was got a little bit less supervision tools. That was youth, I believe. I think that was the final one for development. No, that was evaluation speed. Okay. Oh boy. That one's crazy expensive. So yeah, we got the restaurant to come in. The muscle care room, which got delayed, should have already come in. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the physical therapy. We got these two to come in, which should be okay. We're not really... I don't think we're going to do this year. I think I might run this one by the end of the year. Maybe I run this one by the end of the year. Probably not doing those this year. Which means we might put another $1 million down on a hotel and stores. That kind of makes sense to me. That does kind of make sense to me. We'll get those almost fully up. So we got a lot of our money generation kind of up then. I feel like that makes sense to me. That kind of makes sense to me. Ooh, serve spin, serve consistency. Kouame works on that again. Okay. If we ever get you out your spiral, you'll be good. Jack's footwork, which needed work. And then Kitchenoff and Kong need everything. Kouame in a 175. Now, that's something you should win. If you can't win that, then we got real problems. Jack, 75, solid. Really, really solid. We're opening up against Mingzhu. Okay. The Battle of Britain out in Croatia. McCasker Open, 125. Should win, do win. Not that comfortably. Kouame gets knocked out very early. Of course he does. Of course he does. That is the problem with those 1,000 tournaments. Very difficult. Isabella Kruger's beaten us twice. Make that 3 times. Hannah bounced over 125, which is... very, very, not worrying, but maybe disappointing slightly. Just slightly. Jack gets a final of a rookie 15. Yeah, he's already done his Pro 75 win, so he's fine. So it'd be nice just for a few points. Just for his ranking. Can he get through? 7662. He can indeed. That's nice. I think now we've got 6 people, variety of different tournaments, different levels, different goals. It seems like we're getting someone in good spots every single week now. So that's 1,000 for Hannah and Moise. So girls, 200 for Arnaud. Pro 100 for Jack. Girls, 200 for Kichinok. Okay. I think physically we're in a solid place. Form and everything, little hit and miss. Yeah, Nadia won the first 2, including the juniors at Wimbledon. And then Hannah has beaten her twice, more recently. So she'll be easy. She'll be a good win. 6-3, 6-4. pretty comfortable. Nadia does get knocked out. Jack does get knocked out. But it looks like David and Margot are also okay. And Lee, remember when we were at about the same level as her? We've definitely progressed. Well, she hasn't really. And we were both like 150, so she's gone up to 100. We've gone up to 26. She does beat us. Sometimes it's all about form. Sometimes it's all about form. 125. And again, not even like a final appearance from Hannah, knocked out in a 16. Margot in a semi-final, but David again gets to a final. And these points are going to add up. That's the best thing. Number 2 seed from Australia, Derek Braithwaite. Got a little knock. I'm not going to forfeit. We will lose 6-2, 6-3, 7-6. We take the middle set. But that's 2 finals, 2 losses for David. Very young. A long way to go. But, I mean, that's decent points. It's not huge points. So that's another 60 points. That's not terrible. Where are we? Yeah, just inside 200. So where would 60 extra points put us? 186. That'll put us inside the top 150. So, yeah. Yeah. I needed a bit of context there. Immediately, everybody kind of winning. Kong is a little tired. But yeah, I don't love the auto booking of tournaments. I've got to be honest. I don't want to book all 6 players myself. So very interested in what you think. Comment section down below about that. Auto booking tournaments. Should it be Hannah and Moise only? Should it just be? Should we let the juniors auto book and the pros we book? Should we book them all? It's going to take a long time. But is that a concern? Do you want to see more of it? Let me know. And while you're there, we are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. It would mean a lot if we could get there. So please, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And hit that like button while you're there. As Hannah gets straight sets over Polina. 6-4, 6-3. Looks like Moise has won a couple. Probably, like us, a bye in the first round. Then he just won his first actual match. And yeah, we're just thrown in against world number 1, Igor Swiatek of Poland. It's gonna be tough. Like, this is gonna be really tough, sure. I think there's better players out there, and we've beaten those players, so we've got a chance for sure. But I think this is where she loves to play. She is world number 1. She is a really good player. So we'd have to see, but yeah, 6-2, 6-3 straight sets for the world number 1. Not mad about that. Not mad about that. So Kitchenok, round of 16. Hannah, round of 32. Kouame, round of 32. But Margot and David go to the finals of their juniors. So David's had 2 finals, lost them both. This is a little 60 for the boys. Cheeky little 60 for the boys. Number 4 seed. Again, we were talking about another 60 would put him in the top 150-ish. There or thereabouts. Number 6 seed, Benedict Haupt, is in the way. We should win. Can we win at the 3rd time of asking? David. Not quite. First set's really brutal. 6-love. 6-2 is a nice comeback, and then an extended one. 7-5, but yeah, David's doing really well. Getting to 3 finals at a very young age against some tough opponents for him in little junior 60s and doing well in the 30s, doing well in the 60s. This is 100, get into a final. I like it. It's just, it'd be really nice to win. It would be really nice to win. Number 1 versus number 2, Margot versus Veronica. Top 2 seeds. Veronica's beaten us before. 6-1, 6-1. That is brutal in a final. Brutal in the final. Thought we'd probably be a lot closer and we'd have a shot. Turns out we had 0 shot whatsoever. So, yeah, a couple of finalists. Didn't win, but again, good points. Getting kind of what we need to do. Hannah's anticipation goes up, which is nice, but it's not really a weakness of hers. So, kitchen off. A little forehand. Couple of 500s there, which is really interesting for you. Why is Margot trying to qualify for a 500 again? Yeah, it's auto bookings. Just, it's convenient, but it's really annoying at the same time. Yeah, a little bits of money going through. We need to gain another 1.1 by the end of the season, which we should, and 50% on goals, which I don't think that one will be a problem. That's already hit, and we should stay in there. I think we can get close to both these, if not both these, like top 6 UK players. And then like 160 in the world, for example, should do us there. So I think we can hit those goals to at least that level, if not meet them outright. We're really good here. This is okay. This is a big question mark. I didn't do the negotiations for anyone but Hannah this year. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have set goals on the pro circuit, considering she didn't even have a ranking. And we're in the top 750 expectations. So, yeah. Kouame can definitely get top 10. He could definitely win next gen. He should be able to get to a final of one of these, but he's kind of in this spiral again, this form spiral, which I hate. But overall, he's almost at 50% anyway, and he should be there by the end of the year. And again, Hannah should qualify and do quite well. She won it last year. Good chance she does this year. She's not far away from performing at a Grand Slam, maybe. Like to see something there. She's just outside the top 20, so I'll feel pretty good about it. I can't lie, I feel pretty good about it. There's still a lot of work to be done. We're not quite there. I would say that the auto booking of tournaments is okay, but it is a little suspect at times, and it is a little annoying at times. So I'm not sure if I kind of want to take back over that myself for all 6 or not. I don't know. I felt really comfortable with 2 people. I felt okay with 4. But I was starting to let a couple of things slip when I give one person a rest. I I kind of didn't book anyone else in that same week, which I should have been doing. And so a couple of times towards the end of the season we we're rushing, and then last year I booked way too much at the start and overloaded to kind of, clear up congestion at the end of the season, and we were way more than we should have been. So I think it's just consistently booking every other week in the right kind of tournaments, booking around mandatories, and booking around Grand Slams. And I think we'd be okay. But with 6 people, it's gonna be a little difficult to keep track of everybody, how many tournaments they've run, how many they still need to play. And especially people like Margot, who's now going to start flitting between juniors and pro. That brings its own challenges. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do there. I love Deanna. I love Michael. But I think getting rid of those 2 allowed me to expand the roster properly. I'm really glad I did, because Jack was the main focus for that, who has been fantastic. And then I found Margot, who is fulfilling everything I saw very early on. And again, like, they look like Hannah and Moise at those respective ages. So I feel good about that. It looks like Kitchenok has gained half a star. So has Kong. So Kong's gained a full star, I believe. So we are uncovering their potential while they're with us. That's fine. But the fact that they were fully scouted and one was from our academy, I don't think we need to uncover their potential as they're signed to us anymore. I think there should be a flag somewhere that's like, is an academy player, which means we just know their level and potential. Like, we've basically been scouting them every day over the last year. So we should know who Nadia is. I'm David, sure, maybe there should be some ambiguity about it to a certain degree. But when he's 4.5 to 5 stars and the scouts are fully nailed on that, for him to come in and only show 3 stars is very weird to me as well. So if he wasn't scouted, I'd understand it as well. But at least it's coming up now, and I don't feel like I've been tricked. I definitely think we've got some of the best youngsters in the game. I think we gave up another 2 very good youngsters in Michael Antonius and Yana Kavakova. Excuse me. Wow. Anyway, I think we've given up 2 really good players, but it's allowed us to get younger and kind of stagger people about. So Moise winning Grand Slams, Hannah quarterfinal of Grand Slams, Jack being able to qualify for Grand Slams, Margot about to turn pro, and then Nadia and David very young. We'll kind of see how they fit into the scheme, but they're right at the bottom of the totem pole, so that's fine. But I think having someone kind of on the edge of the 2, being able to do some stuff and, not make an impact yet, being a big player, and then being a Grand Slam contender. So we've definitely got a hierarchy and ranking. I think it would have been way too tight with the other 2. Yana Kovachkova, I'm going to try and say it again. I'm not messing it up this time. But she, I think, would have been probably a top 50 player and kind of stepping on Hannah's toes. Michael Antonius probably would have been a top 50 player, not really stepping on Moise's toes, but it would be too much at the top end, if that makes sense. So I feel pretty comfortable about that decision, but let me know what you guys think. Like I say, comment, subscribe, closing in on 1,000. We've got memberships available if you want to check those out. Other playlists up as well, constantly updated, multiple videos every day on the channel. So share, like, subscribe, everything. You know the drill. You know how the algorithm works at this point. And yeah, I really appreciate you being here. I think we're on the cusp of some really fun and interesting times. But big thing for me right now is that auto booking of tournaments. Do you like it? Do you not? Maybe more hands off in training. Do you like it? Do you not? I think with our facilities, we can cope with the extra injuries and tiredness and other thing. And we're still getting this morale spiral, which is really difficult to kind of understand and really dangerous. And then we hit the form spiral, and that's just devastating. So, not sure how to prevent that too much more. And I'm really not sure how to recover it when we're in it. So, if you have any ideas, any suggestions, please do let me know about that too. But I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and all the best to you. And I wish you all the luck in the world getting yourself one of your players, bringing them up for a few years, and then winning their first Grand Slam. It's kind of surreal. I can't believe it's happened. It took till 2030, but yeah, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I'll see you guys next time for the next one, and hopefully Moise and Hannah. Maybe they both win? Maybe? No? Who knows?